During this Microsoft Access tutorial, I'm going to be covering importing data and assigning data types. To do this, I'm going to be using the June 2008 paper 2 question paper. I'm going to be using the ja8prods.csv file. Now the question says, using a suitable database package, import the file ja8prods.csv. Now the first common error a lot of people make is because this is ja8prods.csv, this file will show with a Microsoft Excel icon to it, as illustrated here. Therefore, in the past, we've seen students open this file in Microsoft Excel and do the task in Microsoft Excel, hence gaining 0 marks for their efforts. You need to be careful to open it in the correct software package, and as the question says, you must be using a suitable database package. So we're going to be using Access. When we've imported this data, I'm going to assign the data types as the question says here. So firstly, you need to open Microsoft Access, and when you do so, this will be the first page that appears. From this page, you need to select blank database and then create. Now we need to remember to import the data, not open the data, so we need to go to the tab which says external data to open the external data ribbon, and then from the import section select text file. Now don't be tempted to select an Excel file, even though it looks like one. We need to use the text file, so click text file and then browse, and then ja8prods.csv, open, then OK. And the first screen here is asking me how each of the characters are separated. So as I'm looking here, they're all separated by commas. CSV stands for comma separated values. This is a CSV file, and I can see they're separated by commas. So characters such as commas or tab separate each field. That's okay. Next, this is just checking that the data is correct. And here we have first row contains the field name. Yes, the field name is in the first row in this instance. Category, country, code and product. So if I tick this box, Access will automatically put that into the titles for each column. Next, I can change the data types through this option, however it's more comprehensive once I've imported the data, so I will do this at a later stage. So from this, click Next, and this is asking me if I want to let Access add a primary key. Now the question does not say on this paper to let Access add a primary key. It doesn't mention anything about a primary key, so I'm going to click No Primary Key, and then Next, and Finish. Now when the data is loaded up, I then need to assign the data types. So if I double click on my data on the left hand side, I can view my data, and I now need to assign the data types. So looking at the question, the category needs to be text, country text, code numeric integer, product text, stock numeric integer, reorder numeric integer, price numeric currency to 2 decimal places, special logical and notes text. So I'm going to set those data types up now. To do that, I need to go to the design view. Two ways of getting to the design view. If I right click here and select design view, or I can click home, view and design view. Now from here I can assign data types. Now the question says the category should be text, that's already set to text. The country should be set to text, that's already done. The code should be a number, and it should be an integer. So if I change to integer, at the moment it's a long integer, I can change to integer in the field size here. Product should be text, stock, number, again a straightforward integer, reorder, a number, again an integer. the price, the question says it needs to be numeric currency to 2 decimal places. So here I can set to a currency, format. If I click the format option here, I can select pounds and how I want it to look. And then in the decimal places option here, I can select to 2 decimal places. Now the notes section needs to be text, and that's already text. The last one I'm going to do is the special one. And this is where we have a problem, because this needs to be set to logical, which would be yes, no. Before I change this, I'm going to show you why it could cause a problem. So I'm going to save what I've already done and go to the datasheet view. If I click on the view and datasheet view, it will then ask me if I want to save. Yes, I do. And yes again. Okay, the reason why we might have a problem is because in this field there are n's and y's. It doesn't actually say no and yes, it says n and y. So therefore, if I set this field to yes, no, the data will not match. So if I go to view and design view, what I need to do here is change this to yes, no and click out. Now without saving this work, I need to do a print screen to show the examiner that I've done it. So press print screen on your keyboard and then go to Microsoft Word and paste that screen that you've done. So you can see here that it's changed to yes, no. So the examiner can see that that task has been done. And I've done that. If I go back to Microsoft Access, and then without saving, and it's important that you don't save, change this back to what it was originally, which is text. I've done that. If I go to view and datasheet view, I still have y's and n's, and all my other data is correct. Now you try importing data and assigning data types to each field.